Well, if you are always on the go and you need some help preparing healthy meals, or you just don't love to cook, you are going to love my next guests. Holly Cunningham and Ellie Scott are here to tell us about Nourish by Hollyberry. Welcome to the program. And I have to say, Holly, I am very familiar with Hollyberry because I have been to many parties that have your ridiculously delicious dessert plates, which
Thank you.
are amazing. Have you always been a baker?
You know, I actually did start as a baker. My aunt and my mom's baked goods sold out at every bake sale. You know, that was really it. I am not culinary trained, but I hire some amazing chefs, and now we do fully catered events. And so, you know, that's how it starts. Start small.
So you started with that, and now you've moved on to, as you said, catering, and we have Nourish, which is the latest creation. Ellie Scott is here with us as well. You're the manager of Nourish. So what's Nourish?
So Nourish is a way for us to take some of our favorite catered meals and package them up to send home to families. So we have the local market where people can come in and you can grab freezer-made meals that our chefs prepare every week. Or we have a meal subscription service. So it's a mobile-based platform, and we send a menu out every week, and there's no long-term commitment. And so you can order meals and dips and desserts and appetizers and spreads that you'll be able to serve to your family at home.
So there are a lot of meal subscription services out there right now. It's a pretty competitive field, but this one is local.
Correct.
So if so they come frozen, right? I don't have to cook it myself. I think that's the important thing, because I think anyone who's tried one of those other, meal preparation things, sometimes you don't get around to cooking it. It's a lot of work still.
Right. I actually did some research on my own because I wanted to see, okay, how easy is this? It looks really easy. And maybe for some people it is, but for me, I love to cook. So when I'm cooking on my own, I want to find my own recipe. I want to look on Pinterest. I want to do it myself. But when I have a busy night and I want to feed my family well, I don't have time for that. So I need to have something fast. So this is designed, it's a chef prepared meal. So they're going to be restaurant quality, probably better than I would make, but they're already prepared and flash frozen. So all you're doing is taking it out of your freezer and directly into the oven or into the microwave. And so that just makes it still that nourishing meal, but then you have that nourishing time with your family, which was really my mission and vision about creating this whole concept.
So one of the, there are other places that have prepared meals, but they tend to be just single meals. And so then it gets kind of expensive if you have, 6 people to feed and you have to buy these individual meals for every person.
Right. And we wanted to make sure that it was something that's going to feed different dietary needs and different family sizes as well. So if you're, say you're paleo and you go and you get one thing that's just for you, what's the rest of your family going to eat? So, we have some things like our Mary's Mighty Good meatballs that have no dairy and no gluten in them, and they're packed with veggies. And so that's something that you could feed to your kids, and they're going to love it. It's a family favorite.
So you hide the veggies in the meatballs.
We hide the veggies wherever we can, absolutely.
Yep.
Is that what's behind the name Nourish?
Partially.
A little bit.
Yeah, partially, yes, because it is hard to get those veggies in there. And then to Ellie's point also, with the different sizes of families, you can choose if you want, it's the same amount of food, but you can choose it packaged for 2 people or 4 people. So even if you're a busy couple or even a single person and you just need something that you can quickly feed yourself at the end of a busy day and still feel good about it, that there's options there.
So one of the other things about the national subscription services, when they send you the food you have to make, is you get this huge box and it's got all these individual things and this big, like all this packaging that you're supposed to recycle and everything. So is that how I would receive it on my doorstep?
Yes. So this is all the packaging you're going to get. So this bag is reusable. And then it's going to come in pans like this. So these are also recyclable, which is really great. And so Holly mentioned that we'll package your entrees in 2 ways. So you'll either get one of these, which is going to be 4 servings, or you'll get 2 of these, which will be 2 servings per entree. So I know for my household, there's 2 of us, but we have opposite schedules, so it's almost like we live alone. So we'll do that 2 serving option. And I can come home and I can, put it in the oven. I can walk my dog, check my email, do whatever it is that I need to do. dinner is ready, and then I can eat my portion. And then when my sister comes home, if she wants to eat her portion, she can. If she doesn't, then I can take it for lunch the next day. And so I love that we're not wasting things. And, you know, that was the other thing with the big subscription package. You know, if you don't cook that immediately, you've wasted however much money.
Right, it's so much pressure. I don't have time to make this right now.
And I still really love to cook. Some of our customers, they love to cook, and some of our customers, this is all that they do, which is great either way. We wanted to make something that was going to be flexible depending on your lifestyle.
So what has the reaction been so far? Because people like local. I mean, it's easy to buy things online somewhere and you never know where it's coming from, but this is from here, and I'm sure you're doing seasonal and locally sourced foods as well, right?
Right. So, you know, Hollyberry started 20 years ago as a catering company here locally in St. Louis. We're still doing that. We're still creating great events. We're still doing all of those things. So a lot of people know that Hollyberry name. We actually even worked with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we do a Hollyberry, we do a gift that gives a donation to Big Brothers. So there's just a lot of synergy here locally. So they feel comfortable. Not only is the food in transit very short period of time, but they're also getting a lot of locally made products as well.
Okay, so I have to ask before we have to go, since the holidays are around the corner, I think that a gift subscription would be perfect.
It is.
Is that a possibility?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, online.
Okay, so if you're watching, this is what I want for Christmas.
Yeah, you can get a gift certificate both online for the meal subscription, which is incredible, or even for the market. And you can always get helpers in the market for your holiday events coming up. So.
All right, well, great work, and I will check in and see how the subscription is growing. It's Nourish by Hollyberry, so I'm very hungry right now, thinking about that macaroni and cheese thing I saw in there. So there's the information right there on the screen, and you can get more information there for sure. So Holly and Ellie, thank you for stopping by to tell us more about Nourish, and right now we're going to get fed some news headlines from Steve Potter.